Hi galerinha, nós tá aqui de novo nesse vídeo, porque nós gravamos esse vídeo. E hoje eu vou gravar um vídeo muito lindo, muito bonito, vídeo de coisas sobrenaturais, e é lindo, é lindo. Aí nesse momento que eu tô gravando, eu fico fazendo piada, que não é engraçado. Aí fica acontecendo as coisas na minha casa. Fica aparecendo vulto, gente mexendo no varal das roupas. Fica essa coisa aí que eu não gosto. Mas vamos lá, porque eu quero gravar esse vídeo. Porque eu já tô desistindo já na metade dele, que eu nem comecei ainda. Não vou apagar a luz. Não apagar a luz, não. Nesse momento não é o momento de apagar a luz. Eu não estou querendo nesse momento apagar a luz, porque não precisa. Tem energia aqui, velho. Você acha que eu vou apagar a luz, né? Tá frio, mano. Esse negócio aqui. 5 scares vídeo not to watch before bed. Entendi tudo que tá escrito.
These 5 scary videos are not to be watched before bed unless you want to have a nightmare. Number 5. Todd Walker of a ghost hunting channel called Holy Walkers has seen a lot over the years, but things get personal when something follows him from an investigation back to his home. On April 5th of 2019, he captured the first signs of it on camera.
What?
He even uses a second camera to show that there were no strings. I don't see any in either shot, but maybe they were erased using special effects.
É não, mano, é o cara puxando pra cordinha. Esses vídeos, mano, não gosto, mano. Tá com luz acesa e eu tô com medo. Dá pra ver, meu, o cara puxando corda lá. Os barulhos, me assusta os barulhos desgramados.
But at the same time, all the other objects are conveniently on the left side of the screen and partially concealed, which would make moving them easy. Todd could have pushed the couch here at 3 minutes and 8 seconds and pushed it back at 3 minutes and 20 seconds by himself. Likewise, the book that...
Esse fantasma aí, ele quer arrumar a casa, mano. Ele quer arrumar, tá vendo que ele tá empurrando aqui um negocinho pra cá, pra lá, ó, cuidado pela goteira. Aí cai ele fica empurrando, mano. Deve ser um sofá de veludo aí do cara. Esse cai água, acabou com as coisas. Eu vou fechar a porta ali, meu, que já tá me dando cagaço já. Que eu fico vendo essas coisas aí dos fantasmas. Ó, pra você ver ali, ó. Você não consegue enxergar. Aqui, ó, a situação ali, ó. Aí, ó. Tá vendo? Tô gravando, mano. Aí parece uns vultos aqui passando. Aí mexe lá nos varal de roupa, que tem uns negócios. É doido, mano. Vou ter que fechar aqui, porque eu não tô aguentando, velho.
falls at 3 minutes and 45 seconds could have been pushed off camera, and someone could just be grabbing the corner of the lamp at 3 minutes and 54 seconds while hiding behind the couch. The same goes for when it flips over at 4 minutes and 6 seconds. But look what's on the wall when it falls. That looks like a shadow person to me, and I don't see what else could be causing it to form there. A spirit is possibly bending the light to get noticed. But when the light goes out 8 seconds later, Todd could have simply unplugged it from the wall, so maybe it's not real. The other couch moves at 4 minutes and 49 seconds, but Todd could have crawled behind that one. I would have liked to have seen both couches move at the same time because it wouldn't be possible sleepwalking. Around this time is when Todd's son Kyle emerges from his room and possibly starts sleepwalking, except for 2 things. 1. This strange shadow passes by where he just was, though it could be light from another room switching on and off. 2. It's followed by a loud crash that somehow doesn't wake him up. Which makes me think he's either faking all of this or in a deep trance as he stands at the top of the steps and stares directly at the camera. Could this be a setup for a dramatic effect, or is this the spirit's way of letting Todd know that it's aware of being watched? Kyle looks like he's going to fall forward, but at the last moment something pushes him back and guides him into his room, almost like it's not time for that to happen yet, but possibly foreshadowing.
Isso aí tomou muita pinga, velho. Ó, aí, ó. Toda piada com essas coisas não tem graça. Eu tô com medo já, a luz não tá apagada e eu tô com medo.
He picks up more indicators that the spirit of a child is near, one who might have met a particularly gruesome end. I think this could be Todd wheezing, but many people say it sounds like a girl screaming from outside. What do you hear? The fact that he hears it too kind of proves it was a ghost. He goes outside and this time I definitely hear it again, much clearer.
Is there anyone out here? Make yourself known. Oh dude, I swear someone just came from back here. What was that?
This was the same area where the couches and lamps were.
Eu não sei o que dá mais medo, é você ficar dentro de casa, escutando uns negócios caindo, um bagulho, ou tu vai lá no quintal e escuta a mulher gritando, mano. Aí tá de noite e tu fica assim, que é isso, cara? Hein, mano? É doido, não sei se dá mais medo, acho que dá mais medo ficar lá fora, porque dentro de casa, tá dentro de casa. A tua casa mesmo, tá acostumado, corre ali, agora tu vai lá fora ali, mano, estender roupa, escuta a mulher gritando lá, mano. Fantasma gritando lá, o bicho. Escutei alguém batendo aqui, velho. Aí, tá vendo? Eu tô assistindo essas coisas, né? Acontece essas coisas aí, porque eu não tô afim de assistir, não.
And when he tells the girl to speak to him directly, the child's voice gets really deep and scary.
Back, I'll be able to hear you. Is there anything that you want to say?
That's not him because he's exhaling when the voice happens. Hopefully the little girl ghost doesn't stay for long, and more importantly, whatever took her life didn't follow. This time he goes to the abandoned house of a person who used to practice black magic until it claimed their life. Now they are doomed to forever remain trapped in this abandoned home. Digging amongst the rubble is a wild animal that appears to...
Também tem uns YouTube também que tem que fazer da vida, mano. Fica nesse lugar abandonado que não precisa, mano. Pra que tu vai nessas coisas, mano? Tá abandonada porque não é pra ir, mano. Não é pra ter ninguém lá. Desgraça, né? Porra, né?
Pay no attention to Mr. Hearth, which in his culture is a sign that it could be a demon in disguise. It walks behind something and vanishes. I noticed this room has more tape than anyone would normally need, though what he needed it for was anyone's guess. Tell me what Mr. Marth is saying here.
أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. أنتم الله القوي وأنتم الضعفاء.
It becomes clear that something is following him, often hiding in the room he was just in.
الله القوي وأنتم الضعفاء. لا إله إلا الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Some of what happens looks like he could be doing it himself.
صوت تسكين. بسم الله.
I think he kicked the box in the air when he was turning around, and he almost definitely does it again here.
من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
But some encounters would have required a second person to pull it off, and it looks like to me that he's all alone.
بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات.
Gente, pra você não ver que eu tô de sacanagem, que eu tô de fuleiragem. Olha aqui, ó. Olha os arrepios aqui, ó. Aí, mano. Aqui, eu tô todo arrepiado, mano.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شو؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
No one is in this small room, and yet 15 seconds later the door opens all by itself. Either one of his friends is off camera doing this on purpose to make the video scarier, or the spirit is seemingly playing with his mind, reopening every door that he passes through. Most of the time the sounds are too far away to be coming from where he's standing.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
And some things happen out of his reach with no one around at all.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahul Qawi wa antum ad-du'afa. Bismillah.
Pariu! Pariu, não quero saber disso aí não, mano. Pula essa porra aí.
Before I show you what's in this box, I want to make it clear that I'm not to be held responsible for anything that happens to you as a result of looking at it. Okay, with that said, I was wondering...
Pra quem não entende inglês, ele tá falando que recebeu uma caixa com essa boneca filha da mãe aí, velho. Desgraçado aí, ó. Alguém mandou. Quem foi que mandou? Sei lá, capeta que mandou, velho.
If looking at this doll makes you feel different. A note from its previous owner says the doll has been known to cause terrible headaches as well as inescapable sadness that makes you wish your life would end. Trying to ignore its effects simply makes it worse. The doll has no name, or maybe its previous owners were too afraid to say it. Anyway, if you're wondering how a doll could possibly give you a headache, this is how. One day it makes a high-pitched squeal and moves.
I'm sure she just moved then.
I think I may have gotten a headache from this that lasted for days.
Hey guys, just a quick video. We're not going live tonight because we're out on an investigation tomorrow.
And the doll's arm moves ever so slightly when she says this. But that's not all. She's deep asleep in her room full of creepy dolls at 5 in the morning when this happens. The baby's carriage moves on its own.
O cara bota a boneca do lado dele pra dormir, o cara dorme com a boneca do lado, velho. Saca esse cara aí, mano. Muito burro, mano. Povo burro. Tô dormindo com o demônio, porra.
Inside it is not the same doll as before, but look who's watching over them when it happens. Who else but her most recent addition, the unnamed doll itself. And this piece of paper in front of the doll also moves at the same time. I think whatever is attached to this doll has telekinetic properties, which would explain how the doll was able to move days earlier. It wasn't moving by itself, it was being moved by the spirit attached. And look at the way these wheels wobble as the carriage moves. It looks like somebody's steering from behind rather than pulling it on a string. It's been over 2 months since the last video was posted. Maybe nothing has happened since then, or maybe so much has happened that the uploader got rid of the doll and no longer wants to remember this part of their life.
Ó, gente, vou dar um conselho pra vocês. Um conselho aqui, de amigo. Se vocês receberem uma caixa com a boneca dentro do demônio, não abra ela. Não abra, deixa ela fechada. Deixa ela, ó. Pula de volta pro correio, o cara correio que se lasca, lá. Pô, mano, por que tu vai abrir, mano? Hein? O cara recebe aqui a boneca do demônio, duas do demônio. Bota uma dentro do carrinho e a outra do lado lá. Que a bicha já tá. Bicha, mano, tu acha que o demônio vai ficar em uma boneca só? Não, cai em duas. Pra poder já fazer o trabalho mais bem feito. Pra poder garantir o serviço. Viu, gente? Pelo amor de Deus, véio. Para com esse negócio de ficar abrindo caixa com boneca de demônio. Ficar indo coisa abandonada de gente, de bicho, coisado. Então, gente, muito obrigado aí pelo vídeo, viu? Vídeo muito maravilhoso, delicioso, gostoso. Cheio de animação e cheio de entretenimento. Pessoal, entretenimento, pô. Eu faço entretenimento. Eu tenho que entreter os outros. Então, se você gostou do entretenimento, dá um like aí. Comente aqui embaixo se você gostou. E se você gostou, você dá o gostou aí que fica gostoso. Pronto, aí, acabou já. Ah, cansei já. Agora eu vou ter que assistir um padre aqui, botar um padre pra vender com o negócio. Obrigado aí.
O sangue de Jesus tem poder, tem poder, tem poder. O sangue de Jesus tem poder, faz o inferno estremecer. O sangue de Jesus tem poder, tem poder, tem poder. Faz o Satanás correr e um milagre acontecer. O sangue de Jesus, o sangue de Jesus, o sangue de Jesus, de Jesus, de Jesus. O sangue de Jesus, o sangue de Jesus, o sangue de Jesus tem poder. O sangue de Jesus,